Here we have a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab. This one comes in the high country trim level in radiant red tint coat. We have jet black leather interior. And this one's a Duramax. We get a 3-liter turbocharged 6-cylinder engine, made it to a 10-speed automatic transmission. And 22 miles per gallon city, 26 highway with this powertrain setup, which is a big plus. To the front end here, we do get our LED headlamps along with the LED daytime running lights and LED fog lights. And for the high country, I just love the front face of these. Just a beautiful grille. The lights look great, and it just looks like the cream of the crop for the Silverado lineup, which it is. 20-inch aluminum wheels here. And this, I can tell, this has the diesel in it, unless it's been debadged or something like that. But passive keyless entry on the front. Memory seat functions, power door lock controls. We have express down on the back windows, one touch up and down for the front. Power folding side mirrors with blind spot monitors. And then our rear window lock there. I like the badging, the wood grain. Bose sound system. This goes to the drive modes, full 4-wheel drive, headlamp controls, electronic parking brake, power tilt and telescoping steering wheel, hood release, side pocket there. And then here's the power driver's seat with 2-way power lumbar support. And I love the brown accents throughout. That really does it for me as well with the high country. But a huge thanks to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this truck today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. But child locks are there. Let's check out this rear seat room. I have the seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs, so sitting behind myself. Great space back here. Seat back pockets are on both sides. Rear AC vents in the back. 3-stage heated outboard seats, a USB-C and a USB-A charge port. Bottle holders, and there's a look at the front from back here. And then this middle seat does fold down and gives you a little bit more storage with the bottle holders. LED reading lights throughout. Grab handles on both sides. Well, not grab handles, but very sturdy hanger hooks. If you need to hang a uniform up there, you can. And then you can lift this up. A little storage underneath. Storage in the seat. And our lower anchors for the car seats right there. And they are actually body color painted, so that's a fun fact. And then that is where you put the diesel and the DEF fluid there. Well, just the DEF, because fluid's in the F. I always say that, but oh well. So back in, pretty much LED tail lamps except for the reverse lights. Love the integrated exhaust though. There's a spare tire. And then with this one being a high country, without the Pro Tailgate, one of my favorite features is this power up and down function that it has. There's a 120 volt 3-prong there, and then push of a button, and that'll fold back up. And then front passenger seat here, power with 2-way power lumbar support. Pocket there, top storage cubby. And then a lockable glove compartment down below. And here's the window sticker here. Y'all can pause anywhere you need to if you want to take a closer look at anything. And I just have the air up because it's hot out here, so I apologize if any wind noise is coming through. But $68,485 is that sticker price, and I really think that's just on paper, a solid deal for a high country Silverado, just having the top of the line for everything, getting a diesel engine to get that increased tow capacity, but also to get that increased fuel economy. But we're gonna show off the turn signals. And there are those. and the other one's for the front. Again, I apologize for any wind noise. But nice leather wrap steering wheel here. There's the horn. Over here to the radio, we do get AM, FM, XM along with Bluetooth audio, wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto compatibility. You have Google News, Podcasts, Amazon Alexa. You get the Google Assistant with Google Maps. Dual zone automatic climate controls, which you can control from the screen here. And then you have buttons and knobs down here below with your 3-stage heated cooled seats. USB-A, USB-C port there. And then you have the trailer brake controller right in there. And in your settings, your vehicle settings include rear seat reminder, teen driver, buckle to drive. And then your system settings, you can go in here and change your language if you so choose. Lane keeping system, parking sensors, auto stop toggle. You can raise or lower that tailgate here. Hazards, put all the windows down, traction control. Volume knob here, click there to turn the audio off. And then you have a home button right there. Now another big plus for me is all the cameras you get with this high country. Backup camera, front camera, curbside views, top down view. And then my favorite, the bed view, so you can see what's going on in the bed of the truck. Now for the shifter, just hit the brake, grab this button, pull down for drive, tap for low, pull up for neutral, and then hit the button, pull all the way up for reverse. Press P for park there. Then you have a little bit of storage up top. This is for the lights, garage door transmitter. You do get a power sliding rear window. And the only thing this one doesn't really have is a sunroof, but not really a big deal for me in a truck like this. There's a vanity mirror. Storage, bottle holders. Center console cubby space includes a wireless charging pad, USB-C, USB-A duo. That goes to the radio there. And then you have a 3-prong household plug-in. And plenty of storage underneath that removable tray. Now back to the steering wheel itself. On the left side, you can toggle your track list or radio station presets. On the right side, volume up, volume down. And then left stalk, blinkers. You have the high beams, windshield washer fluid is this button, and then you have the wipers right there in the middle, and then your one time there. Now for the auto high beams, you can toggle those on or off with that button. And then cruise control, it's adaptive. You can hold this X to go between adaptive and standard, excuse me. And then you can toggle the speed there, heated steering wheel toggle, and then the gap adjust for the adaptive cruise is there. Mute button, voice recognition, and then these 4 arrows go through the gauge cluster. So if you want to scroll down in the options, you can change your units from US to metric, change what's on your info page if you want to turn any of that on or off. I always like to fool with it a little bit to make it my own, how I like it. And then you can even change the lower gauges too, so you can change what's shown there. And then you have your info pages right in here. Tire pressure monitors, fuel economy, oil life, brake pad life, etc. The push button starts here. And then finally, here's the key fob with remote start. But next, let's go ahead and take this 2025 Silverado 1500 High Country out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in the Silverado High Country here, great pickup from the Duramax. And I just love how this shifts with the 10-speed. It feels absolutely phenomenal. Now I'm gonna put it into the sport mode. We get that normal, sport, and off-road drive modes, and they really are great just in terms of how you can go between them, if that makes sense. They all have their different feels to them. I'm gonna give it a little pull here. I'm not gonna floor it, but I'm gonna give it something. Here we go. mean, it just got up to speed effortlessly. That was nothing. Now, I do want to give a huge thanks to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this truck today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. But sound acoustics are pretty good. Ride quality is great. Not really noticing the road noise. I can hear it a little bit if I'm looking for it. Just having a slight vibration in the steering wheel, so I'd have these balanced, the wheels at least, to make that go away. But it's not bothersome, it's just something, again, I'm looking for. But how this thing got up to speed going down that on-ramp there, it was very nice. And I just love the sound of the Duramaxes with its 10-speed. It's just always, it really does sound like the Duramaxes you get in the heavy-duty trucks. Just burly, aggressive, and then those numerous shift points that make you feel like you're in a semi in every good way. Now, in terms of what you get for the money, I do think this is a solid deal to be under 70 grand sticker. Now, we don't have the sunroof, but other than that, nothing else that I'm really missing for this price point. And I'd rather have the Duramax than have the 6.2 with the sunroof. That's just my opinion. And again, I like how the turbo diesel gets up. It feels nice, it feels quick, it's fun to drive. Just don't have any complaints. The overall look of the truck, especially in the high country trim, is very sophisticated, I think. The interior does the same thing. It still feels modern at the same time, but we have buttons and knobs for everything that don't look cheap. And then just all the safety features that you get with the adaptive cruise control, the lane keeping system, the parking sensors, and then the blind spot monitors. It's just nice, everything that comes in this package. Now, probably the worst thing about this is if you're coming from a gas-powered vehicle, you do not want to put gas in this Duramax. It takes diesel fuel. So that's really the worst thing about this if you're coming from driving gas-powered cars all your life, is having to put diesel in this thing and looking at it and remembering to do that, because it looks just like a gas-powered Silverado. But it's just it's a nice truck. You get a diesel credit that's like $1,000, but the option for the diesel over the 2.7 is only $795. So you actually save money by getting this engine, which is it's crazy to me. But they're solid trucks. They really are. Now, I definitely would say find a good diesel mechanic, because I don't know the reliability on these, but I'd say if it has a Duramax name badge on it that it's pretty reliable. But I don't want to speak on that because I haven't seen one of these have 300,000 miles on it yet. Now, I will say this is a very nice setup here. Just the screens. I like that we have the digital gauge cluster. I like that we have the digital infotainment system. And again, everything's buttons and knobs down below. It doesn't feel like a Tesla. It just feels like a modern pickup truck. And that's what most people want, I think, if you're coming from something that isn't a Tesla. But solid truck, in my opinion. It's expensive, but I think you get a lot for the money. And with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2025 Silverado 1500 High Country.